All right, we are live for day 3 of 10 days to 10K on Kajabi. We got the first comment already in from Zan the man. He says, day 3, woohoo, let's go. So excited to be joining you today. We are going to be talking today in this video and in this live about your business infrastructure. We're going to talk about your website, what it needs to have on it, what it doesn't need to have on it. We're going to talk about your lead magnet, which is the bridge between your content and your email list. We're going to talk about some simple landing pages you need to build, and we're going to talk about a simple email sequence that you need to build. All of that is coming up in this live. If you're watching after the fact, go ahead and skip ahead about 5 minutes and we'll dive into the content right now live. We're going to wait till a few more people jump on and join us. At the end of our time together today, we'll do a Q&A, which will be really fun. We'll answer your questions and we'll answer questions along the way as well. So if you are watching live, be sure to let us know where you're watching from and what you want to get out of today's live. Also, I want to mention, I've been mentioning this every day so far on these 10 days. That is, get 3 months of Kajabi with my link for $99. The first 3 months of Kajabi for $99. You get a free 45-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me. You get my Kajabi Accelerator course, which is thebomb.org. Actually, just got a really cool comment on that from someone who just signed up for Kajabi yesterday and is using my link and going through that course, and they had some really good things to say about it there. So you get the 45-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me. We could talk about Kajabi, talk about your business, talk about how to get the best possible start on this platform. You get the Kajabi Accelerator course, and you get my $25,000 course launch email template. You can get all that over at lanesebring.com/Kajabi. And by the way, if you're watching this after the fact, you can always get the 30-day free trial and all the other amazing benefits that come with my link. So go there to check that out. We got day 3 from Zan the man. Woohoo, let's go. Welcome everybody who's jumping on. Let us know where you're watching from and what you want to get out of today's live. We have some really fun stuff. I'm pumped about this whole thing, this whole 10 days in a row of going live. It's really fun for me. I've got my Dr. Pepper Zero to fuel today's, not the healthiest, but it is the tastiest. If you haven't had it yet, it's delish. But the reason why I'm so excited about today is because today is where we really start to get into the nitty gritty of if you're going to have an accelerated course or accelerated path from getting started to being successful and making that coveted $10,000 a month situation on Kajabi. This today is where you're going to build out the infrastructure to get going. It's where you're going to know that you've got a good foundation laid for your business. And I want to mention that the concepts that I'm covering in this, I go into more detail in my playlist, youtube.com/lanesebringlive/playlist. I've got playlists for everything we're going to talk about today. So today's live will lay a great foundation for what you want to do with your website, your email sequencing, all of those things. And then when we're done today, go to my playlist on my channel and you'll actually find detailed instructions, video after video after video, walking through exactly how to do all of this on Kajabi. And those are there on YouTube. And also, if you want to just take a deep dive and have a very accelerated process to grow your business quickly, definitely check out Insiders. It's my private community. It's going to open up in September. I take 7 people at a time through it for 8 weeks. You have to apply for it, lanesebring.com/insiders. Let me know if that's something you're interested in by going there. If you just jumped on, welcome. Let's hear where you're watching from and what you want to get out of today's live. And we're going to go ahead and get started because it is 10:01 on my time. But if you're here and you're watching, let me know you're ready. Just say I'm ready in the chat. I would love to know that and be able to see who all is with us today. All right, let's jump in. Welcome to 10 Days to 10K on Kajabi. Yesterday, we talked about your business idea, and we kind of looked at a few questions to ask to try to figure out what kind of business you want to make, what type of niche and topic you want to talk about, create content about. We asked questions like, what valuable skill or information could you teach others about? What do people come to you about for advice? And we ended yesterday by asking you to make a list and narrow down to the thing that really sticks out to you. And the big idea for yesterday was your knowledge plus your passion plus demand equals a profitable idea. So if you have knowledge, and we'll lump in experience with that, expertise about a topic, you've got knowledge, and you're passionate about it, means you actually care. You want people to know what you know. You're passionate about it enough where you can spend the next several years every week talking about that thing and finding yourself just loving it more and more and more as you go along. So knowledge plus passion plus demand. In other words, people have to actually want to know what you know for it to be a profitable idea. That's where we ended yesterday. So once you have that profitable idea, where you want to go from there is to go ahead and set up your business infrastructure. And that's where we're going to be today. What is the foundational elements for your online business? We got Peter H. Welcome back. Been here every day. Love it. Ready, interested in how to drive initial traffic to website on shoestring budget. Love that. We're going to talk about that today and especially tomorrow as we're talking about the content plan. But I will tell you, my method for driving traffic is 100% organic. I don't run any ads. I'm not against ads. I'm just saying you don't have to run ads. You can do it all for free. And I've managed to build two very successful businesses completely for free in terms of I don't pay for any traffic. I drive it all organically through my content. I'll talk about how that works and why it works best later today and especially tomorrow. So be sure to be here for that. Awesome. Let's dive in then to the business infrastructure plan. And here is, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, your infrastructure, what does it include? When I talk about infrastructure, if you think about a city, a community, infrastructure, we think about roads and bridges, right? We think about the things that enable us to move freely about the city on these dedicated paths that the city designers and managers and contractors kind of paved out to say, this is how we navigate through the city. Well, your business needs the same thing. Your business needs an infrastructure so that people know how to get from your content, where they likely find out about you, to the things that you're selling and the services and products that you're providing. So we need to put that infrastructure in place before we just go out there and start making content. One of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow is we never want to have dead-end content. Dead-end content is content that doesn't take people anywhere. This is something that I did for a long time where my content, I would finish a video on Preaching Donkey. This was, as I was learning how to do online business. I've been doing this for 8 years, haven't always done it perfectly, still don't do it perfectly, but I do it a whole lot better than I used to because I actually have a plan now. And these last 3 years, it's just skyrocketed in terms of the growth because of the infrastructure that I've built. And I've taken people down a predictable path that makes sense. But in the old days, my content was a dead end. I would finish a video and say, all right, that's it. See you next time. And it was a dead end. And I would just hope they would come back for more, hope they would find my YouTube channel, hope they would find my podcast or my blog and come back. The problem is that is a dead end. It's bad infrastructure. We need bridges. We need to take people from the content to our email list, because in our email list is where we are going to be able to have a relationship with them, offer them more value, serve them better, learn what they need, and offer them products and continue that relationship until forever, until they unsubscribe, which I'll give you a little clue, a little hint. Most people don't. Most people just stay on. It's a pretty amazing thing. And most people check email more than you might think. So what are the elements of infrastructure? They are your website, your email list, and I'm getting out of order, your website, your lead magnet, your landing page, and a basic email sequence. Those are the basic building blocks, the basic infrastructure of the fast track. Now, we're talking in these 10 days about getting to 10K on Kajabi as fast as we can. So we can come back later and build out more complicated systems. But for right now, we are going for what works and what works the fastest. And by the way, even down the road, you don't need much more than this to run a multiple 6 or 7 figure online business. This really isn't, it doesn't get much more complicated. That's why once you set up the infrastructure, you're good to go for a long, long time. So we're going to talk about your website, your lead magnet, landing page, and basic email sequence. So let's dive into the website. Your website is designed for one purpose, and that is to get people onto your email list. Your website does not need to be a glorified business card of everything you've ever done in your business, right? Leave that to LinkedIn, right? Your website does not need to be 15 pages of options for people to look at this thing that I did, and here's more about me, and here's a contact page, and here's my life story. You don't need that. Here's why you don't need that. You don't need that because none of that stuff is going to take people from your website and turn them into potential customers. All that stuff is going to do is distract them from what you really want, which is to get them from your website to your email list so that you can start doing it. You can have the relationship with them. You can get to know them. You can have them get to know you. You can do all that. Do all that. But do it inside your email marketing system. Don't try to do that on your website, because all it does is create noise and takes away from the primary purpose of the website, which is to get them from the website to your email list. So we'll talk about what your website needs to look like. And here is a very simple way to approach it. You're going to see a pattern here, okay? Let me know if you start to see a pattern. Build a basic website with a home page that points to your lead magnet, an about page, which points to your lead magnet, a start here page, which points to your lead magnet, and a blog that points to your lead magnet. I ran out of space, so I just had to shorten it to LM, okay? So let's go back. A home page. Your home page should be all about your lead magnet, which, by the way, we're going to get into what a lead magnet is here in just a second. But your home page needs to be all centered and geared towards one purpose, which is to get people to download the free lead magnet, which, by the way, I just want to go ahead and define this. Your lead magnet is a free, valuable resource in exchange for the person's email address. So a lead magnet can be, and we'll get into more detail in just a second, but a lead magnet could be a PDF, guide. It could be a checklist. It could be a video that is exclusive where it's not on YouTube, it's behind a paywall, and you can easily set this up, or not a paywall, but you have to subscribe to get to see it, and you can set that up easily within Kajabi. It could be a quiz. It could be any number of things. It just can't be available publicly. It has to be something that, in order to access it, they have to give you their email address. So it's valuable. It's something that people want. It's something that people are interested in. So your homepage should be all about your primary lead magnet. So for example, my website, preachingdonkey.com, if you go to that website and you go to the home page, the page that you land on, it is all going to be centered around one primary lead magnet, which is my 21-day guide to creating killer sermons. So I'm going to promote the guide at the top of the page. As you scroll down the page, I'm going to give you more reasons why you should get the guide. And then at the bottom of the page, I'm going to tell you to download the guide. It's like, get the guide. Here's why you should get the guide. Oh, hey, get the guide. Okay. The whole thing is about that guide. And in that, I'm also talking about it's implied what I do at Preaching Donkey. I'm helping you preach life-changing messages, but I want to do it best by putting this 21-day guide in your hands for free in exchange for you just putting in your email address. When you put in your email address, the welcome sequence kicks in, which we'll get to a little bit later today, and you become connected to me in a way that you wouldn't have been if you'd just been on my website perusing. So that's the home page. Make it about your lead magnet. Now your about page needs to point to your lead magnet too. And the way I would suggest structuring this is take your about page and have a couple of sentences about yourself and what you do, but focus it around the customer, focus around the end user. Nobody cares about you, they care what they can get from you. At least that's true until they get to know you, like you, and trust you. Then they become much more interested in you. But when they first land on your site and they're trying to figure out, is this worth it? Is this person worth it? Is this content worth it? Do I really want to kind of go down this path? What they're looking for is, what's in it for me? So on your about page, make it about you to the extent that it might matter to that person, but then very quickly make it about them. And the way that you make it about them is offering them your lead magnet, your resource, your guide, your checklist, your quiz that is going to ultimately help them. So that's the way that you want to do your about page, which, by the way, these are simple pages. They don't have to be complex. You just want something that when people land on it, that's why they're called landing pages. When people land on it, it's easy for them to know exactly what to do. Now, you can do a start here page, which I like to combine my start here page on my website with my main landing page for my lead magnet. If any of this is confusing, I want to mention something that I mentioned before. You can go to, when we're done here, you can go to youtube.com/Lane Sebring Live/playlist. And if that's kind of too long, just go to my YouTube channel, click on playlist. You will find a playlist for everything I'm talking about. You'll find a playlist for building out your website. You'll find a playlist for building out lead magnets. You'll find playlists for building out your email sequences. It's all on there. What I'm trying to do here is to give you the kind of order of how to do it from A to Z all along the way. And by the way I'm teaching you how to do that on those playlists is in the context of doing it on Kajabi, which is the best all-in-one business platform there is. So if you're not on Kajabi yet, definitely jump on there. You can use my link, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. You get 3 months of Kajabi right now. If you sign up before the end of August, you get 3 months of Kajabi for $99. And then all the other perks that are listed there. 45-minute one-on-one call with me, Kajabi Accelerator course, $25,000 course launch email template. It's all there. So definitely sign up for Kajabi. Look at the playlist and you'll know exactly how to put all these pieces together that I'm talking about. So we're going to build a basic website. We got the home page. We got the about page. What I'm saying about the start here page is that my start here page serves also as the main landing page for my main lead magnet. So for example, my Preaching Donkey lead magnet, the primary lead magnet Preaching Donkey is that 21-day guide. And the start here button on Preaching Donkey takes you to that lead magnets page. At least that's how I've had it set up, unless I changed it recently. I didn't check it this morning. But if you go to preachingdonkey.com/21days, it's just that lead magnet. That's all it's there. So in my content, I'm always promoting going to preachingdonkey.com/21days. So set up your main website, about page, a home page, a start here page, which, by the way, if you don't want to do an about page, that's fine. If you don't want to do a start here page, that's fine too. You pretty much have to have a home page. That's where people land. That's why I say make it all about the lead magnet. And if you want a blog option, which I don't really do many written blogs anymore, but what I use the blog for is when I post a video to YouTube, I take that video and the description from the video, and I just make that a post on my site so that my site is always up to date with all my content. But the blog itself, in the sidebar, it points to the lead magnet. At the end of every post, it points to the lead magnet. So you can kind of see that the theme, the overarching theme here is that your website should be a function and a piece of infrastructure that bridges people to your lead magnet. That is its purpose. Now, let's talk about what a lead magnet is. I talked about this just a second ago, but a lead magnet is a free, valuable resource in exchange for the person's email address. All right. So a lead magnet needs to do two things and two things only. Number one, a lead magnet must have a compelling promise and it must deliver a quick win. So a compelling promise. it needs to be something that when you mention it, when the people in your niche who are interested in your content, when they hear you talking about your lead magnet, they say, oh my gosh, I want that. That sounds amazing to me. I would love to have that lead magnet. And that's a compelling promise. In other words, it's going to do something for them that they find valuable and attractive. And at the same time, it needs to deliver a quick win. In other words, it doesn't need to be a novel, doesn't even need to be an ebook. Short, simple guides, short, simple checklist, free video workshops. Those are the things that really work for this type of lead magnet. Something that is compelling in its promise and delivers a quick win. That way, they get it, and it's easy enough and short enough for them to implement right away and feel like they got something good out of it. They benefited from it. So the 21-day guide does that for the preachers. It helps them to create and deliver a message in 21 days. It delivers a quick win. And on this site, I have the super simple guide to your first $500. The win I'm trying to get is for people to earn their first $500 online and realize and kind of catch the buzz of online business. So you decide what it is for you, and you can experiment with lots of different kinds of lead magnets. You don't have to just have one. You can have one primary one. You can have a bunch of smaller ones. Totally fine. PDF guides, checklists, quizzes, video trainings, those all work as great options for lead magnets. So far we have a website and we have a lead magnet built. Now what we need to do is figure out a mechanism to deliver that lead magnet. And that's going to be where the basic email sequence comes in. So build a basic email sequence. This will deliver your lead magnet. You can do this on Kajabi. So the cool thing about Kajabi is it connects all of these dots together. Kajabi is where your website is. It's also where you host your email marketing services and your courses and everything. So it's all connected in Kajabi. And I explain how to do all this in my playlist, which I mentioned just a second ago. But build a basic email sequence, and this will deliver your lead magnet. Set your email sequence up to send a few emails over the first 4 to 5 days, delivering value and offering your courses and coaching. Now, we'll get into courses and coaching in subsequent days, in the days that are coming up. But even if you don't have a product yet, what you want to do in your email sequence is the first email is going to deliver your lead magnet, right? So they go to mygreatwebsite.com/free guide, okay? And they say, wow, I like this person so much, I'm going to get their free guide. So they put it in there, put their email. The next page that comes up is the thank you page. We'll get into what you can do with the thank you page later on this week. But first page that comes up is the thank you page, and it says, thank you so much for downloading your awesome guide. It is on its way to your email inbox right now. You can go find it right there. So they go to their email and they have an email from you. All of this is automatically done through Kajabi by setting up a sequence. And then when somebody opts into that lead magnet, it automatically subscribes them to that particular email sequence. So the first email is going to give them the opt-in that they chose. Is going to give them the lead magnet. And you're going to say, hey, here's the lead. You don't say lead magnet because that's insider baseball, but you would say, here's your free guide. Here's your helpful resource. Here's your free checklist. Whatever the thing is that you promised, give them that in that first email. Now they feel great. They say, great, this is awesome. This is an awesome guide. If you want to over deliver and give them something they didn't even ask for, in addition to the thing they asked for, that's even better. So give them, here's the thing you signed up for, and here's another free awesome thing that I just want to give you as my gift. That's great too. Over deliver. Then the next 4 or 5 days, you can add more value. Maybe you give them some more content related to your niche, some more helpful free resources. And then it's really, really helpful if you ask them a couple of questions early on in your email sequence. What are your challenges related to this niche, and what are your goals? So for example, let's say that you're a fitness coach, right? And you deliver the 10-step checklist to your best nutrition plan ever, right? That's your lead magnet. Well, then maybe a couple days later, they get an email and you say, hey, I love helping people with their fitness. I just have 2 questions for you. Where are you stuck right now? What is the thing that's holding you back in your fitness or your nutrition? What are your, what's your challenge? What's your biggest challenge? And then what are your goals? What are you going after? What can I help you do? You trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain muscle? Are you trying to lose fat? Are you trying to eat better, eat cleaner? What is it? And let them tell you in their words where they're stuck and where they want to go. Where they're stuck and where they want to go are two incredibly valuable pieces of information, because if you know how to help people who are stuck get where they want to go, guess what? You've got a business. You've got that kind of your knowledge plus your passion plus the market demand equals a profitable idea. And they're telling you where they're stuck and where they want to go. Now you can build courses around that. You can build products around that. You can build content around that. Isn't that exciting? That's so fun. If somebody's listening, say amen. Okay. Just let me know in the comments. Say I'm listening and amen. All right. So at this point, what we have is we have a website and we have a lead magnet that's going to bring people back to, it's going to take people from our website to the email sequence. The email sequence is going to deliver more value. And when it comes time to sell our coaching, which we'll talk about in a couple of weeks, and it comes time to sell our courses, the email sequence is going to happen. So eventually what happens is you have your content, which is out there taking people from the content to your landing page, which has your opt-in for the lead magnet. They're going to give you their email address. Your email marketing system, which is also inside Kajabi, is going to send them not only what they asked for, but also more value, more content, more exclusive goodies from you. And it's going to get information from them. And you're going to build that relationship. It's going to warm them up. And then when it comes time for you, where you have a product, it will point them to the sales page of your courses, your membership sites. It's gonna do the work for you, which is why it's one of the main reasons why I just took 6 weeks off my business. I didn't work all of July and half of August, and this thing just kept running and kept serving people and kept making me dollars because of this exact system that I'm describing to you. Content, which points to a lead magnet, which points to a welcome sequence, which keeps people engaged and sells them on my products, which really is another way to offer them value. It's just paid value. That is the system. We have a couple of comments. Peter H says, amen. Love it. Mark, amen. I'm listening. Yay. Good. Love it. Love it that you guys chimed in to let me know. So again, and pro tip, ask those two questions. What are your challenges and what are your goals? So here is your homework for today. What you're going to do when you kind of walk away from this live, go to Lane Sebring Live /playlist, find the playlists that are going to answer the questions that you have. I've got playlists on lead magnets. I got a playlist on website building. I got a playlist on your, the email sequence stuff. I think the email one is called Email Marketing Magic. That's one of my playlists. Go and watch whatever your next step is. If your next step is to go ahead and build out your website, watch those, build out your website. If your next step is to build out a lead magnet, watch those, build out a lead magnet. The key is don't take too long to do any one step. Get something built. You can always make it better later. Don't get bogged down in perfectionism. I want to know what your questions are. And so if you're in the comments, go ahead and leave a question for me. And as you're doing that, I also want to mention one more time that if you have not joined Kajabi yet, you can do that at my link, lanesebring.com/Kajabi, 3 months for $99. If you're watching this after August, you can get the 30-day free trial. So that's still there. But you get a 45-minute one-on-one call with me. It's a strategy session, highly valuable. And I will help you get started in your business, answer whatever questions you have about Kajabi, and also just talk strategy about how to set things up for the most success. And you'll get my Kajabi Accelerator course, which goes in depth on a lot of the things that we're talking about here. So let me know what your questions are. If there's not any questions, we will wrap up. You've got plenty to do on this day 3 of 10 days to 10K on Kajabi. I'm super, super pumped that everyone is here. This has been fun. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because I feel like these are the ideas and these are the types of things that sometimes people can get bogged down in these kind of nitty gritty aspects, and it will hold them back from really excelling and really making a business work here on YouTube or any other content platform and making it work with Kajabi. So if I can simplify that and give you simple steps along the way, the website, the lead magnet, the landing pages that it goes on, the email template of the email marketing sequence. If you could do those 4 things, then once we start talking about more fun stuff like your content plan and your courses and your coaching programs that you're going to build, all of that stuff is coming, but the infrastructure has to be there. And that's why we're doing this here on day 3. So if there's no comments, it doesn't look like there are any major questions today, but let me go back to this first question that we got from Peter H. Interested in how to drive initial traffic to website on shoestring budget. So one of the things that we're going to talk about tomorrow in our content plan is how important your content is to driving traffic to your website. So if the infrastructure is in place, like we talked about, where you have your landing pages in place on your website to capture leads, so you're not losing people, nobody's falling through the cracks because your website is designed to get people from the website to the email list so that you have a list of leads that you can sell to. When people pay for traffic, that's really all they're paying for. They're paying for leads. I'm trying to show you how to do that for free, just with your time and effort, so you make really valuable, consistent content that is targeted directly at your target audience and is serving the heck out of them, providing so much value that it's undeniable to them how important your content is to what they're trying to do, what their goals are, what they're avoiding, and what they're going after. Your content matters to them. And then in every piece of content, you want to give a call to action to your lead magnet. So on this channel, I'm always talking about my super simple guide. That's what takes people from my content to my email list. You decide what that is for you, what your lead magnet is, and then mention it in every single piece of content. Eventually what happens is if you're on YouTube, you begin to have 100 videos, 200 videos. I think I was looking the other day on this channel, and I didn't even realize it, but I have 308 videos on this channel. That's 308 opportunities for people to find me anytime they're on YouTube searching for anything related to my niche and hear my content, see my face, be able to interact with my ideas, and then follow me over to my lead magnet and get on my email list. That's an amazing thing. That's a huge opportunity that we have, and you can do that for free with your content. So we'll talk more about how that works tomorrow, but I'm very excited to do it. Mark says, thank you for the opportunity and time, Lane. You bet. Thanks for being here. Love seeing everybody on. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll talk about your content plan. I'll see you then. Love you guys. Peace.